welcome to Adelaide Footy PubTalk. We're up to Division 2 this time. With me is Keaton Thomas from the Smosh West Lakes Footy Club. Keaton, good start to the year.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Dylan. It's been a great start to the season with the Mighty Lions down at Den. The boys are up and about early. A couple of good recruits, and excited where the season takes us.
That's good. With Darcy Evans, the SAAFL legend.
How you going?
Yes, no, good. Thanks for coming on the show. So what would be your background where you played footy over the years and stuff like that?
Flinders Park Footy Club, 180 games, life member out there. As Keaton said before, to get life membership is a true honour, so when they handed me that, it was one of the best moments, and umpired for Div 1 for 11 years or so. Getting abused by Luke Hosey many a time out there, coaching out there many times. But I thoroughly enjoyed my umpiring. It's time to do something else now, so we're just on the border Eagles at the moment, which is very enjoyable.
Sweet. Thanks for coming on, lads. So we'll get into Division 2, the first game in round 2. We had Broadview taking on Seaton Ramblers, and it was Seaton Ramblers getting up in this one, 16-13, 109 to 11-5, 71. Good win there from Seaton after losing their first game comfortably in Division 2. So their goal kick is the best players.
Yeah. So for Broadies, Fergus kicked 5, Fittock kicked 2, Tziortzis kicked a single, Ralph single, Falcione single, and Pratico single. Best players for Broadies, Stevens, Baker, Fergus, Sausse, I reckon that one is, and Kurtzer was the 5th. Some tongue twister names out there. Broadies probably should have won that one, but they come second on the day.
Yeah, a bit surprised about this result. A couple of losses first up for Broadview. Watched them a couple of weeks ago take on Rocks in a trial game. It looked pretty good. Got the win, but as I say, it's only a trial game. And for Seaton?
Yeah, we've got Polanski with 5, Hedges with 4, Harland with 4, McKenzie, Harris and Ferns with the individual goal scorers. With the Leahy Rochester best player, who I tried to date his mother many years ago, who just brought it up. They know that, you have to be joking about that. Harland, Leahy, Polanski got rewarded, so he got rewarded for his 5 goals.
So he should.
He did, and Harris.
So there we go, good win for Seaton, second up in Division 2, which is good for them. We move on to our second game. It was the Raggies taking on FHOS Camden, so the Raggies coming down from Division 1 last year. And FHOS were too good. They're winning 13-11-89 to the Raggies 12-8-80 in a tight tussle there at Max Amber's sports field up at Athelstone. Nice little surrounds there. And for FHOS Camden there?
Yeah, FHOS, they look like they're on the money again this year with Big Quinny as their coach. We played in a trial and they wiped the floor with us, although it's a trial. However, they got Langford kick 4, Cummings kick 3, row 2 with the multiple goal scorers, and their best player was Beard on the day. Appalachians and Schultz, Inglis and Jack Weir round out the top 5 for the FHOS Camden boys.
Yeah, I think they'll be around the mark again this year. They always seem to be up at Div 1, Div 2. And for the Raggies, guys?
Yeah, we Athelstone rounded with 5, was rewarded for a best player as well. So Stewart with 2, Elliott with 2, individuals to Westover, Tarca and Glenn, and best players, as I said, random was 5 goals, Surman, Nurton, Stewart and Cluse.
Yeah, good to see Nathan Surman there, the old Rossi boy, gone over the Raggies this year. Getting the best, in Kane Nurton as well from Broadview. Handy tennis player as well, Kane Nurton. But yes, no, good win there for FHOS. They started the year pretty well. So we go on to our next match. We had Modbury taking on Salisbury North, another team, Modbury coming down from Div 1. And Salisbury North were too good on the day, 12-8-80, defeating Modbury 6-10-46. Better players for Salisbury.
Yeah, Salisbury, they've put in their best players. They've put in the goal kickers. They've put in Sharp, kick 3, Dreaman, kick 2, Wiles, kick 2. I'd like to do a bit of a slap to the team managers out there that don't submit their best players and their goal scorers. Makes our job tricky here down at Pub Footy.
Trying to promote their club?
It's trying to promote their footy club and their players. I know they got slapped around on Saturday Modbury. But yeah, team manager sorting stuff out.
Very slack from both teams. I think Modbury struggling as well, lost their first couple of games. So it'll be interesting to see how they go this year.
You don't want to see that down from Division 1 and then they go down again. That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah,
so they've lost a few places when they do get relegated. That's what happens with a lot of clubs. They leave and want to play at a higher club or with their old club, whatever it may be. As you said, there's a few players coming in, but you just don't want to see that either. So
yeah, it can be a bit of a slide once that starts to happen. So you don't want to see that from Modbury perspective. Going to our other game, we shot Sagarhart Old Scholars taking on Gazer. Gazer had a draw last week. Interesting result against Old Scotch, but it was Sagarhart too strong. 13-12-90, defeating Gazer 7-3-45 at the Sagarhart Senior College. Nice little oval there.
Yeah, the Sagarhart boys are too good on the day. They've got an absolute pearl of a deck playing each week, so they're pretty fortunate down there. Their best player was Forster. Tarca was second, Sperling third, Neil Bullen fourth, and Vince fifth. Tarca was awarded second best for kicking his bag 5, button kick 3, Howard 2, and then also Hitski kick 2 as well. So yeah, Gazer, they're looking a little bit slow this year. We pinched a few of their players, which is handy. So thanks to the Gazer boys for buffing them up. But yeah, no, Sagarhart too good on the day.
Yeah, Sagarhart I think will be pretty strong this year. They've always been around the mark. I've always been a bit surprised that they haven't been more competitive up in Div 1, considering they're such a strong college school, but I guess they lose a few players, SAAFL and other clubs
Nick
around
Foster
the area.
still getting the best players. He's probably one of their older players too, but still get the best players. He's been the heart and soul of that club for many years now. So and growing, still right amongst it. So. And for Gazer, we've got Wakewood 2, we've got Petrolis with 2, Jarrett, Abila and Bennett, individual goal scorers there, with best players Burns, Pilithros, Hines, Dutchke and Hudley.
Yeah, so a good result there for Shock. They moved to 2-0. Good start to the year for them. And then to our final game of the round, a bit of a derby, some would say. Scotch Old Scholars taking on Unley Mercedes Jets. And Unley were too strong here on the day for Scotch, 2013-133, defeating Scotch Old Scholars 12-9-81. The goal kickers and the better players for Unley there?
Yeah, for Unley, they're strong. They're a bit of a powerhouse some seasons. Some seasons are up, some seasons are down, but this year they're up. They seem to be up. It's always good to see Scotch come second. Pets kick 5, Munn 3, Halliday 3, Sakara kick 2, Ryan 2 and Carey 2. They were multiple goal scorers, and their best player of the day was McContrey, I think his name is. Chettle was second, Petch third, Halliday fourth, Stevens fifth, and they've even given out sixth here, boys. I don't know about that. It's a bit of a controversial one at our club. It's given out a sixth. I think it's just a real sympathy one. Yeah. I don't know about you, Glenunga there, Jill, but sixth is just not good enough to be in the fifth.
No, maybe it's the old Values Award.
The old Values Award, which really means nothing. No one really wants it.
No, exactly.
You either want a pizza voucher or a bit of cash.
Yeah, that's it. And for Scotch?
Yeah, for Scotch, look, in losing side Archie, he gives his heart and soul every week with 3 goals. Farrell with 2, Taylor with 2, King also with 2, with individuals to Rolf, Jolly and Redbone. Could be any relation to Shane Redbone actually. I think Shane's got a son coming through that with the Scotch, so I'm pretty sure pretty close. And best players Archie again, was goal kicking, and obviously his heart and soul goes in that club. Long, Heaslip, Hurd and Taylor. I don't know if Hurd's any relation to the historian Hurd out there. In relation, I don't know.
But no, yeah, good result there finally. I think they'll be pretty competitive again. They'll be looking to go up to Division 1. Got a few good players out there. But on to round 3 after the Easter break. We've got a couple of Anzac Day clashes, which should be good games. So the first one, we've got Gazer up against FHOS Camden at Clemsick Oval. Gazer coming off a disappointing game last week. And they'll be looking to respond against the FHOS Camden side, but I reckon I'll go for FHOS Camden.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be this week for Gazer. I think FHOS Camden too strong again.
Yeah, definitely FHOS boys out there.
Yeah, and another second Anzac Day clash. We've got Salisbury North up against Scotch out at Salisbury North Oval. Could be a bit of a rude awakening for the Scotch boys heading out there. Not sure if many of the boys have headed out there before. Always a tough place to go and win.
Very tough place, it certainly is.
Who's your tip, Das?
I think Salisbury North out there. They did lose last week, and I think Salisbury North out there, a long way to travel for the boys. I think some sentimental value playing at their Anzac Day. I think they'll go up for it.
Yeah, I reckon the Scotch boys, they'll have to get the RMs on out there, and they'll have to really knuckle down on Salisbury North because Salisbury North are a bit of a powerhouse in Division 1 over the years, and they've slipped the 2, and I'm sure out there they want to win that one.
Yeah, Salisbury North for me at home as well. And then we're on to the Saturday games. bit of a rivalry here between Broadview and Athelstone, especially through the juniors. They play a lot of footy against each other out of Broadview Oval, so this should be a cracking match. I'm tipping Raggies for this one. They've recruited quite well in the off-season, and they're going to respond from a disappointing result last week for me.
Yeah, I agree, Dylan. Athelstone, they're just showing the goods. They've recruited well, and I think Broadview are probably the first two that struggled a bit, just not find their straps yet, but Athelstone for me.
Yeah, going to get the Raggies there too. I reckon they'll be too good.
Yeah, they should respond quite well. And then the next game we've got Unley Mercedes Jets at Kingswood Oval against Shock. Both teams coming off good, strong wins, so this one could be the game of the round. I reckon we've got here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of a toss of the coin, but I reckon I'll go with Unley at Kingswood Oval. They play their oval pretty well there, and I think they should get up.
Yeah, I reckon Unley. Yeah, they'll be too good. Second, got a couple of good forwards in Button. He's a big boy to handle. But yeah, I think Unley, they're looking the real goods this year after dropping down, and they'll want to keep continuing on for the year.
Only Jets for me as well, because at home, toss the coin, you said, I think only Jets at home. There'll be a bit of advantage there.
Yeah, and now our final match for round 3 is between Seaton Ramblers and Modbury at Pedlar Reserve, the small oval there. Seaton coming off a really good win last week, and Modbury to register their first win, so they'll be looking to get on the board, but I think Seaton will be too strong at their home ground.
Yeah, it's a hard one to admit, but I reckon Seaton will get the chocolates this week. They're a bit of a rival to Smosh, and it's hard to see them up divisions in comparison to us, but yeah, the Ramblers boys will get the chocolates.
Definitely at home, very hard to beat at home. The crowd just takes all over the oval, we're nothing, way too.
All good. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.